guys, welcome back to Ktalk. I'm your host Mel.
And I'm Uma. On today's after show, we're talking Mr. Plankton, a romantic comedy that tells the story of Jamie, played by Yumi, who is suffering from premature menopause, and Haeju, played by Woo Do-hwan, a man born via a mistaken artificial insemination.
Yeah. So getting right into it.
That was a yeah. What was that yeah about?
Am I kind of turned on? I didn't even start yet.
Did you just say turned on?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Please tell us.
Woo-do-hwan is so damn fine.
Someone just discovered Woo Do-hwan.
I did. And I'm mad because this man is so sexy. He literally oozes sex appeal.
Don't he?
Like, I'm saying there's a scene where he literally has snot coming down his nose, and I wasn't disgusted. Actually, I might have wanted to lick it.
Oh my God.
I don't know. There's too much info. I was disgusted with myself that I had that thought.
That's how I know you haven't watched Bloodhounds yet, because this is your first encounter with him, and I love this for you.
Oh my God. His mouth is just...
The lips. Oh, the teeth.
The smile.
The cheekbones.
Everything
All
about
of
this
it.
man is hot.
Well, welcome.
So yeah, so he plays Haejo. We also have Jamie, who's played by Yumi. She is the ex-girlfriend of Haejo. We have her fiance, Yoo Hyung, who's played by Oh Jung-si.
Love him.
Yeah, love him.
Love him.
And we also have Hyung's mom, whose name is Hoja, and is played by Kim Hae-suk. Then we have his friend, Kari, played by Kim Min-suk. And then we have his, how would you describe Bong-suk?
I'm going to say adopted mom's sister.
/ lover. It kind of seemed like they...
No, I had a question
went
about the lover part. I don't think it ever went that way.
Okay.
With them. I think she just be kind of, I want to say during his younger years when she first met him, she's more of a mom role. And now that they're both older, I think she plays more of like an older sister for him.
I mean, I also think she's very attracted to him, but I don't think...
No.
You don't... I don't know.
No.
Really?
I think she was teasing him. Like, are you with a different woman? Or like,
Oh, okay.
I don't think there's any romantic feelings there.
Yeah, I don't know. I just seemed like they, in the past, maybe they might have like once or twice.
I kind of got the feeling that he was like 14, right?
Okay.
When they met. That's what I think. He was like maybe 14, 15. He definitely didn't graduate. Or did he graduate from high school? Because I was like, he didn't look like he was 20. He looked like he was a lot younger.
He did graduate high school.
Maybe he was like...
And that's the day he kind of started drifting.
Because so he's 20 then. So you're telling me he ran away from home at 20?
It wasn't more so running away. He just left home. Because remember, he said, if my dad shows up to my graduation, then I'll go back home with him. If he doesn't...
So you understood that as like a high school graduation?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe.
It was a high
I just
school
figured
graduation.
Like 19, 20 would be too old. And he didn't look that, you wouldn't look that different from your 20s to, 30 or 28 or however old they were after. So essentially like he left his dad like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. But anyways, that's the cast. What do you think of Hyung's mom and Hyung?
Oh my God, I hate that bumbling fool. I just, you know what, honestly, I liked everyone. I like Kari, I like Bong-suk, but after she got kidnapped from the wedding and, she's on this little journey with Haejo, there was no need for the fiance. I'm sorry. I felt that story was a little bit boring. I didn't really care for him coming into himself as like a 40-year-old man. Like, you're not a teenager finding himself. Like, he's just, he's a man baby.
He is. And obviously he was deeply like coddled and just, what I mean?
Like he needed to break up with his mom.
He needed that. But yeah, I think he's cute. He grew on me. He definitely grew on me from the beginning. At first I was like, okay, who's this fool? But
exactly.
then, yeah.
But it was just really him coming to terms with like wanting to live his life for himself and not living under his mom's thumb anymore. But out of the whole show, I feel like his storyline, I could give or take.
Yeah.
I think it was more of a filler.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, like you said, I think I could care less about his relationship with his mom, his growth, him just, running away as a grown man. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like their whole storyline was not needed.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is, and the juiciest part for me, obviously, were the main characters. And to find out, like, you're in your late 20s and you have a terminal illness, like, that had me spinning the whole time. I'm just like, life is so unfair to these two people that haven't had the best of luck. And it just kind of broke my heart. Like,
it did. And the crazy part was them both finding out on the same day. She finds out
that she's infertile,
that she's in premature menopause. He finds out he has this rare brain disorder. So it was,
it was so sad. And the way he just kind of decided, like, hey, I'm going to go kidnap her and she's going to come on this journey to find my real dad, which...
Yeah, and I think that's the moment when he's seen her, but she didn't know he was there.
Yeah, she had no idea.
She had that complete meltdown in the morning hall in the hospital.
I know. I love the fact that she was like, I had to go to the funeral area.
Yeah,
so it wouldn't look weird that I'm like breaking down. My heart broke for her.
And then she asked the lady, "Can I have one of your twins?" I was like, "What?"
And she literally was like, "You have like 9 of them now. You're gonna have 9 kids. Just give me one."
Yeah.
Oh, that woman came to her senses real quick. Like, I love all my babies. Yeah. She went from like being sad that she's pregnant to being like, no.
Yeah. But it was really sad. And it was just like, when he found out, I honestly didn't think, I really thought he was going to find a cure for it or something. I don't know why, but I think maybe because he's so fine, I want him to live that bad.
You're like, he deserves to live.
I was literally being illogical. I was like, there's got to be a cure. Like,
you're like, you're too cute to die young.
Yeah, and then they have this weird errands business, but I wouldn't really call it errands. It's more so, I don't know.
Like little missions or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. But I understood the business, and I think it was a good fit for him. He really had no direction in life and just loved living on a whim.
And loved chaotic situations.
Yeah, like every day, I'm just going to roll with the punches, whatever comes.
Yeah.
It's, what's happening. But I thought it was like a perfect business for him. I do love his little sidekick. I love Kari. I thought he was cute. I hated the fact that like all the gangsters were like dragging him around.
Kari's
and he was
been
essentially
through some shit. Like because of him. Like and the fact that he still remained friends with him is crazy.
Right? At some point I'm like, he's gonna just ditch this man.
Yeah. Because he was going through all that and he did not once think of saving Kari.
No.
Like
this guy's like, you know what? I'm about to die. I'm living the next 3 months and doing the most. But I just felt bad for Kari. Like the amount of times that kid like pissed himself.
Yeah.
Every sad situation was like, whoop, there we go again.
Literally. And then one of their errands, this girl calls them to kind of make her, like kidnap her from her own wedding to the gangster guy
because she wanted to rob them, right?
Yeah.
And that's essentially what kicks everything off. So the gangsters think that like Heijo and Kari were in on stealing from them. They didn't realize they just got hired to do one thing, which is just interrupt the wedding and kidnap her while her partner clears out their safe and essentially like robs the gangsters.
And he actually thought that Heijo ran away with his wife.
Yeah, because Kari messed up because he thought Jamie was the girl that initially hired them. He didn't realize Heijo went and kidnapped another girl at her wedding.
Yeah.
So that was Kari finding out later.
That leads to the gangster guy searching for him. I thought that part was kind of dragged.
It did.
Because once he did meet up with them, once he kind of talked to them and told them, hey, I was actually hired, you would think that he would drop it, right?
No, but he said it right there when they were like near that ocean.
Yeah.
Before they ended up on the stranded island, he literally said, he was like, you knocked out my tooth. You basically like made me lose face in front of all of my gangsters or in front of his crew and embarrassed him. So he wanted to kill Heijo just for the fact that like,
you embarrassed me.
Yeah. You made me look like a dum-dum.
Typical gangster shit.
So
like,
dumb. Right?
So dumb.
Like, what a fragile, like, little ego you have there.
Weak in front of my homies. Like,
no. For that, you must die.
yeah, so pretty much he does that mission. They're running after him all over the place. His diagnosis also makes him want to now look for his real bio dad because they switched up the sperm.
I know, that was
Can we
sad.
talk about that? I didn't understand his dad's reaction because he was such a loving, doting father. Like, he really loved him. And for him to just completely turn that off, a boy that you've been raising for 8 years, I
thought he was a monster
me too.
Entire time. And I still do think it's a monster. I don't care that in the end we find out that like he cried and he's, you know, regretful of how it went down. But that whole part I feel like was wrapped up too quickly and in a nice, neat little package, because the kid asked for a sibling. The mom's like, okay, sure. They find out, by the way, your husband's sperm wasn't the one that was used on your current son. She wants to hide it. Then the dad finds out. He just has a mini meltdown. And then the next day she offs herself.
What I wanted to know about that, when she said, let's go stargazing, was she trying to kill him?
Yeah, she was trying to take both of them out.
Wow.
That's what it sounded like to me. But they didn't give the story enough room to grow, because you just saw this man have a quick reaction. The kid that he's been raising for the past 8 years has nothing to do with him. I mean, it's her egg.
Yes.
Not his son, though, but her biological son.
Yeah.
Then we find out that she kills herself. It seemed like that was in the span of a day. Like, she couldn't let the man be shocked, process, get over it, and then maybe continue. Because I think if she would have given him a chance to really absorb the fact that, like, yes, he's not your blood, but you essentially raised him, I think he could have come around. I think the shock of that, plus her killing herself, made him grieve and essentially mentally check out and abandon his son emotionally.
And also with her, why did she want to kill them both? Like, that is literally your biological son.
She was depressed at this point, I'm guessing. But you see, the fact is, like, we have so many questions. That storyline wasn't done justice.
Yeah.
Like, I think that was just an excuse.
That was kind of rushed.
But it was very rushed. It wasn't... I was just like, all right, now that I know this information, what is it going to do? And if you're feeling sad, remember when he gets into the car accident and that's how he gets his dad's business card. He knew that was his son. So if he's feeling regretful, why didn't he reach out to him and say, in
that moment?
I know you ran away because of how I treated you for several years, but now I want us to reconnect. It just looked like he had moved on. And we only find out towards the end that his mom had killed herself, because initially when we first see his dad, he runs into him as an adult. There's another woman and a girl in the car. I thought that was his mom. And I'm thinking the whole time, like, these two people are so fucking cold-hearted.
Yeah, because remember, they kept talking about giving him a sibling. So I thought they did that. I did not know that it was a completely different woman.
After, right? Then we find out, like, his mom actually killed herself and his dad just checked out and he decided to leave.
Yeah.
But why didn't he search for him?
Yeah. Because that's what made, when he did in the last couple scenes, the fact that he hugged him back and was very emotional. It's like, what are you really emotional? Because you could have contacted him.
It's like, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Like, that scene made me emotional, but I didn't really connect with how sad and tragic it truly could have been, because it doesn't make sense. You're grieving your dead wife. Your son ran away. You clocked out for a good, maybe 7 years? It looked like the kid went from 8 to being an adult.
Yeah.
When he ran away in high school.
He didn't even tell his dad that he was dying.
Exactly. And then the dad shows up and he's already jumped out the window and off, you know, the same night that they reconnect. Again, very rushed.
Yeah. It's like, you just
what was the point of that?
Just wanted a hug?
Yeah, what was the point of that? You didn't even tell me you're dying. You regret your life.
I thought that was the point.
You didn't have a real conversation. We didn't get an emotional payoff. Like, I wanted the dad to be like, my bad, I love you. Like, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, we didn't get that. It was just all in the hug. Yeah, he cried, held him, but And the fact that he was okay with that, like, that was enough.
Exactly. He's like, whoop-dee, let's kidnap me now. It's my turn.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was all very rushed.
Yeah. And then also finding out, I thought that Jamie initially was lying to Hyung as well about being pregnant, but she wasn't. He actually came up with that.
Oh, yeah.
To marry her, because he knew his mom would, that's the only way, clearly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Again, what are you, like a 40-year-old man, and you
Yeah.
have to lie to your mom to marry
Yeah.
the girl that you want? Like,
But
again,
let's be real. She was very scary. Like I can see, and she's been raising him like that his whole life. So,
the man's
I
an
get
idiot.
it.
I'm sorry. I don't have any sympathy in my heart
Yeah.
for a grown man who's still scared of mommy.
Yeah.
Like, get it together. And now he's what, like trekking and climbing all sorts of mountains and things he should have done when he was younger. At least his mom found himself. Yes, their story was wrapped up really cute, but again, I don't think it was needed.
Yeah. And then to top everything off, like with all their bad luck, and then we have that random auntie that calls Jamie.
The con artist?
Yeah. She wasn't an auntie. She was someone playing her mom's friend or something.
Yeah, her mom's.
Yeah.
Whatever. She was an auntie. But yeah, she was just a scammer. And I felt so bad for her. Like he said, he was like, you've been alone and taking care of yourself your whole life. Like, how do you fall for some shit like this?
Yeah. I felt that.
But she was I get it. I get where she was
so
coming
hopeful, though. I get
exactly.
it. Like, she just wanted anyone at that point, right? She was so alone,
And you know what pissed me off too? When he finds her real mom for her so she can find out what her real birthday is, there was no interaction other than that. What was the point of that story?
Exactly.
What was the point of that?
Yeah, what was the point of that? Because I thought, okay, he wants to find her bio mom, so when he dies, she will have some sort of family,
right?
Yeah.
He wanted to find her roots and her actual birthday and know that, but he leaves her there. First of all, no,
he just
everything was good intentions.
For no
First
reason.
of all, okay, that whole part didn't make sense because here we go. Okay, so you did this great thing. You found out where her real mom is. Then you drop her in front of the door and skedaddle. Like, you get the fuck up out of there?
Like, why couldn't you wait in the car? Yeah.
Sometimes he was so selfish.
And so erratic.
His
like
love for Jamie, like, I didn't understand that part. Like, yes, you did a good thing. Wait till she has a conversation with her real mom, her bio mom. Like, let her get all her anger out or say, why did you abandon me? Find the answers that she's looking for, hopefully. But you're just going to drop her there and leave. What was the point of leaving?
Yeah. And it was so weird, even with her bio mom, that in a moment, in one moment, she didn't say anything. She's literally, you see the tears in her eyes. She was about to say something. Then her husband calls out for her, and then her entire
she snaps back to reality and says, "I don't have time for this," because maybe the husband doesn't know that she got. Yeah. I'm thinking like she looked really young too, so I think she was like maybe like a teen mom, and that's why she gave her up.
Yeah.
See, look at me like making a backstory for myself because they did not deliver.
Yeah.
I hate when I have more questions.
That is so true. We didn't know Jamie's backstory of how she even ended up in the orphanage.
Yeah. Like, I'm making it up for myself. Her mom was a teen mom. Like, what was the reason? Because now you see that she's married and she has a son. She has a cute little family. Yeah. So I'm thinking it was just...
Probably was a teen mom. Yeah.
Yeah, and she couldn't raise a daughter at that point, and she gave her up.
Yeah, they could have definitely made it
not needed.
A good 12-episode drama because...
8?
No, I'm saying to fill all those things.
To answer all of our... I think they could have answered it within the 10 episodes that they gave us. It was just badly written, I think, in that aspect, which is sad because it's such a cute, beautiful show about like how life just throws you these curveballs and some people just have bad luck and not everything is great and you just have to roll with the punches and deal with whatever, like God throws at you. But it just took away from the story.
Yeah.
They should have spent that time more together.
Yeah. What do you mean? Hajo
and Jamie, like we didn't need that mom scene. Like that was dumb.
Yeah. Because, if it wasn't going to go anywhere, what was the point? And again, leaving her there was really weird. Why would you do that? She has abandonment issues just like you do.
Exactly.
So why would you leave her in the middle of nowhere?
Thank you. Literally, you trying to trigger her abandonment issues every chance he gets. I think he's done that somewhere else as well, where he just left her or like... Yeah. His behavior sometimes didn't match up, and I'm like, you could be a little bit nicer. Like, stop being so selfish.
I feel like that was in the past, that was the breakdown of the relationship. Why it broke down because he was like that, but now I feel like it's like she understands him better. That everything he says, even when he's being mean or cold, it's literally the opposite.
It's out of protection, and he doesn't want to get hurt, and he doesn't want to hurt the other people that he loves. But like his adopted mom's sister. Bong Suk was telling him he tries to push people away at his most vulnerable moments.
Yeah.
And it's just all of these people have been traumatized in some way, and they've all collectively come together to you know, be that family. Again, it's not the family you're born into, it's the family that they made for themselves. And I love that connection. But I kind of got the feeling that he was just trying to run away, help Jamie find her real mom, and maybe that'll bring her situated. Some joy. Yeah. Tell Bong Suk that he's fine, but it's like he almost wanted to run away and die alone, but they wouldn't let him. Yeah.
Yeah, and also like even him and Hyung's unexpected relationship, I found that so very cute. You know, like I don't know why I thought for some reason that his real bio dad was gonna be like Hyung's dad. I don't know why. I don't know. Like, because the way that they just connected and they grew this friendship.
The whole thing, you're like, you know, maybe they're gonna be real brothers.
Yeah, because he kept calling him bro, right? And I was like, maybe, you know, it's his dad, and then you know, and then he pays for like the treatment or like. Can we just get into the dads? Aww. The first guy.
You wanted that happy ending so bad.
I did. But can we talk about the first dad that owned the restaurant that he thought was his dad? Yeah. That shit show of a family.
That shit show of a family. But the dad was so right, though. He was like, you don't think I know what their hateful plan is, and that they're trying to put me in an old folks home, and you know, and he was like, they're kind of deranged, but thank God he's not the dad. Like the old man was sweet. But at the same time, he knew his kids weren't shit.
But I love the fact that he started that whole brawl just to mess up the signing over papers.
Because he thinks the old man didn't know. And the old man's like, I've been knowing what's going on. Like, you know, I love how he threw the sister-in-law under the bus. And he's like, she's trying to put you in a nursing home, too, and take your cut. Like, he started that whole ruckus just so that man would hear it. Because remember, they were trying to usher him back into the kitchen so he wouldn't hear, like, the sale going down. But I don't even care about that old man. It's the second dad.
Oh my God, Mr. Ko. That man, first of all, I believed that act.
Me too.
Because he's the sweetest fucking dad in every other fucking drama. So I'm like, oh my God, he finally found his dad. He's an amazing man.
He's a jackass.
Oh my God, he's sick.
He's a gambling con artist. Okay, like the fact that he was like, I wanted to take your money because I've never given you anything in your life and I want to like triple invest this. Meanwhile, you're
but at the same time, if you think about it, he was doing too much though. That gave
because he's a con artist. Yeah. It was like trying to force that, like, remember when they went to the fish market trying to force that bond. He wanted him to let his guard down because he knew they had money. I don't know how he discovered that. He must have went through their belongings.
Clearly, because he took
he's just a bastard.
Yeah,
and the fact that he was so emotionally manipulative.
And the things he said were so spot on. It's like he knew this is what he needed.
He prayed. Yeah. He could see what this kid was looking for. And he was like, all right, this is my chance. And he wasn't even sorry about it.
And he was right to beat him half to death. Almost.
I know. And I loved how like Jamie jumped in there. She's like, do what you got to do, but just don't kill him.
Yeah.
And then she's the one who like fights him because now he's trying to like verbally like put him down and say, you're the one out here, like I conned you because you're nothing, desperate, basically. And it was so easy to play you.
Oh my God, I want to fight him. I was like, that was so unnecessary. Like why would you do that?
No, at this point I'm like, stop searching for the dads. Okay, these men are trash,
literally.
Let's stop it right here. But
I think after that, he stopped, right?
Yeah, after that they didn't really search for like the third or fourth, or there was 3 more dads left.
Yeah.
No, actually there wasn't, because remember the third dad was the guy with the toupee,
the politician guy.
Yeah, and she's like, spit on my face.
Oh my God,
I said, man, you were doing too much. I was like, can you spit into this thing or like stick your finger in his mouth? But she's like, right here, hit me. And I was like, ew. Yeah. No, that was a gross scene. But
yeah, but that's why I love at the end. He basically was like, forget all these bio dads.
He wanted his real dad,
the one that I actually have memories with, and you know, like he's good enough. And I love that he said, I don't care. I just want the man that raised me, you know, is enough for me. And he was right, to be honest, because even if he did find his bio dad, say he was like a horrible man.
Like, what was I going to do? I knew, like, yeah, I had an idea.
And if he's giving sperm, I knew it wasn't a politician guy. Because, like, if a guy is donating his sperm,
they don't really care. Why would you even search? Like,
yeah.
They just, you know, they probably have lots of babies out there. They don't care.
Yeah, I didn't get that either. It's like, you know, they don't want to be found. It's like they literally just did a donation. They're not trying to be a parent. So I don't even know what he expected from all of that. Like,
again, the search, it was weird. I think it was just a way to give us something to do while he comes to terms with essentially dying.
Yeah.
And looking at his life, you know, taking stock of his life up until that point.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know if it was wishful thinking, but I did not think he was going to die. I didn't.
Here's my thing. That ending was so tragic, but at the same time, did he die?
Yeah.
Do you think he died?
I mean, they're in the middle of nowhere.
And who was driving the car?
Who
was driving the car at the end? Like, I wanted to see him dying. Essentially, what happened was the opening scene. Remember, it started a flashback as to, like, how did we get here situation.
Yeah.
He basically finishes off that thought that he had. Like, I wonder what would be, like, the last thought that I had, or what it would feel like the moment that I'm actually dying. So in the end, he kind of, like, answers that question. But we see her running towards him. We see him, like, smiling and saying, if, like, this is the last scene of my life, then it's been a pretty good life, right?
Yeah.
But then you see the car kind of driving off into nowhere. It felt like it was a different season. Maybe they're not high up in the mountains anymore and it's not snowing. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Like, I didn't get the thing of, like, he's dead. Or is he not?
Like, I think that was the point of it ending like that.
The open. I hated that. Like, why are you giving me an open ending?
I mean, I would be down for a season 2.
Look at you.
You know what I mean?
You just don't want him to die because you're like, he's too beautiful.
And you know, usually I'm for a good death, but you know what I mean? But this one, he was just too fine. Like, because he finally found his family.
Exactly.
Right? I felt like. So I really wanted him to be able to enjoy it, you know, for the first time. And I also thought that some way, somehow, Jamie was going to be pregnant.
There you go again with wishful thinking.
Yeah.
How? In what way did you think?
Because
was already like in early menopause.
Yeah, maybe the doctors made a mistake.
But then you're like, while they're reconnecting, maybe miraculously somehow she got pregnant.
Hey, it's a show. It could happen.
It could.
Yeah, you know. And she
that
finally
didn't
gets
cross my mind at all.
At least a little bit of joy.
Leave something behind. Like, he was still gonna die, but at least she had their baby.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Even I could understand that they had like a cute love story, but it didn't give me that deep. Like, I didn't experience enough of their love story to be like, oh my god. Like,
no, I did. I loved it.
You felt that way? I didn't. It felt a little short for me. I wish it was a little bit more intense when it came to that.
I mean, we did see the flashbacks and all of that. They were very cute. They were
very cute, but I guess I needed more of their love story. The show wasted a lot of time on nonsense. Like, imagine all those episodes or those scenes with her fiance, like the man baby.
Hyung, yeah.
You know, maybe we didn't need that. Maybe it would have been nice to see more of their love story and the 3 years that they were together and how they've been living.
I think for them, 2 emotionally wounded people, I think that's coming together. That's what their relationship was. And that's why I feel like there was a level of toxicity. There was a level of whatever, but it was raw. Because they're not going to have that type of relationship that like 2 healed regular people are going to have, right? So the way they depicted their relationship was, I think it was still chaotically beautiful in a way. You know what I mean? Like, they connected on such a deeper level, and sometimes they didn't know how to communicate, and sometimes they didn't know how to, you know. But the love, I feel like, was always there, you know.
True. I mean, it was cute. I guess I wanted more of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish it was longer. Like I said.
No, you didn't wish it was longer for the story. You just wish you saw more Woo Do-hwan on the screen. Yes. You're just like, I could watch his face forever. Those topless
scenes.
Now you're going to go down a rabbit hole of all of his series.
I am.
Start with Bloodhounds.
I don't know. I think I'm going to do the historical.
I think he might even have like historical ones.
I think I might do the historical since I like him. But yeah, what else? But yeah, it was chaotically beautiful. Like I said, it really,
that's a really nice way of putting it.
It touched me on a deeper level, you know, that it wasn't your classic cheesy, like, I would even like we said earlier, would you classify this as a rom-com? What is it?
It's like a dark romance dramedy. There was a little bit of comedy in there, and I think we needed that. Yeah. I don't know. It's not your traditional like rom-com.
And that's what I really thought it was going to be.
It's a little bit darker than that.
It was.
Like yeah.
And I really thought there was going to be a happy ending. of some sort.
I heard terminal illness. Why?
Hey, we hear terminal illness a lot in K-dramas.
It's K-dramas. Are you remembering?
Yes, but they never die.
There's no miraculous like ending. Okay,
I
knew exactly where it's gonna go. It's gonna be tragic.
We watched 2 and they didn't die, and I was hoping low key that they would die, but they didn't.
Those 2, what? Queen of Tears
and Love Next Door. Yeah,
they did not. They were not gonna die. I don't know why you thought they were gonna die.
But there was terminal illness there though.
Yeah, but you could tell from the vibe of the show that it wasn't gonna go down that. But this one, it's like you knew.
Why?
Because
it was
from
just
the
sad.
get-go, they've always had like a horrible upbringing.
And
the
that's
whole,
what I mean. I thought
harping
finally
on the whole journey of life, living in the moment, the unfairness of life. Why them?
Yes, and I
knew it was gonna be tragic.
Yes, but because of that, I thought they were gonna finally get there.
But then it wouldn't be true to the whole thing of like some people just get a bummy deal sometimes.
I guess that was the moral of the story.
Yeah, the way they kept reiterating that, I was like, oh yeah, he's definitely gonna die. There's not gonna be like a miraculous, and that's why I was surprised that they left it so kind of open ended. Because I'm like, well, did he die or did he have one of his fainting spells? And they continued on their 3-month on their little road trip. I didn't like the fact that it gave me that glimmer of hope. It was like, if you're gonna kill him, kill him.
Yeah. Can we speak about the part where she took him out of the hospital? I was like, why are you doing this?
That was so far-fetched.
That was so stupid.
First of all, look how tiny she is. There's no way she would have carried him. And all the people in the hospital are deaf and blind now. They don't see that you just took somebody on your back outside of the ICU. Like, how?
Yeah, not a single nurse.
So
not a single nurse she walked by. It was
right there.
For some reason, it was so empty.
It was empty, and the nurse that was in the little nurse's station in the hallway was so glued to her computer. Like,
yeah,
nobody's going to call that out. Like a 5' nothing girl struggling to carry this man.
And he wasn't even awake.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you think he should be in the hospital,
Dead
ma'am?
weight.
Yeah.
Not believable. It was like she should have put him in that little laundry cart from the get-go. Yeah. But her carrying him outside of the hospital room, that was unbelievable. No, too much. It
was just unnecessary.
Took me out of the moment. I'm like, what is this nonsense?
Where was she taking him again?
I don't know.
To see one of the other. What was the reason? To see another.
To continue on his journey? I don't know. Like, why did you feel comfortable taking this person out? Like, his heart stopped.
Literally.
When Bung just takes somebody outside of the hospital.
He literally went into cardiac arrest.
She's like, that's enough now of this illness. Let's go back on our journey and look for your other dads.
He would want this. So she was sometimes very chaotic and just all over the place because that made no sense. Like, and then he just randomly wakes up.
Exactly. Everything is great.
Yeah.
He's like, never slept better.
Yeah.
No.
And then he's full of energy and just gets up and, I was just like, okay, that was very unnecessary. But yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like the show wanted us to feel so many different ways, but then all these weird things would pop up and I'm like, all right.
No, but I really loved it.
I loved it too.
It spoke to me on just an emotional level. You know what I mean?
It took us on an emotional ride. I love to cry. I love to laugh. Like, it did everything that it was supposed to do. It felt like some parts were a little draggy. I wish it was a little bit tighter. I wish they explored some of the storylines a little bit better, But
and gave us less of others. Like Hyung,
the man baby.
I feel like once she was done with them, I don't know why he was still around.
Get him out of here, right? That's what I said. Get him out of here. He really added nothing to the story after that, besides being somebody for Haejo to connect with and talk to. And even their scenes were not that powerful, though. Like, he didn't have to be in it.
I mean, they were cute when they're driving and, he's basically saying, I wish I was more like you, Haejo. And he's like, why? And he's like, because you've always done what you wanted to do,
Yeah, you're a
just
free
lived
spirit.
life on your terms, while he been following rules his entire life. So it was cute. And, he saved them a bunch too with the little acupuncture situations. So it was cute. Like I said, that was a very unexpected friendship. And I like that. Like, he grew on me. You know what I mean? So
towards the end a little bit. And I like how his mom finally let go and she was like, just keep your phone on. Be a good
that was
person.
so cute. And then Jonna finally spoke
and took off those glasses.
Who the hell is he?
I
was so confused about
I figured
him.
it out. I think this is it. He is. Remember how she was like, my husband always cheated on me and he had a bunch of bastards?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's one of the bastards. I think he's one of her ex's, her husband's illegitimate children. Because she was like, I'll be your second mom. You could be my second son. I'll be your mom. I think she just accepted him. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
He's definitely one of the bastards. Like, there's no way.
And what was the whole thing of him not speaking? And then finally speaking at the end?
I know.
It's like,
again, not needed.
Yeah. But it was cute when he put the glasses on her. And
she had to cry a little bit. And he was like, do your thing. I think they're going to be and then they ended up being on some weird cooking show. And
yeah.
Looks like they're living happily ever after. But again, I don't think he was pivotal to this story. They just needed more filler characters, I guess.
I don't know. But like I said, Woo Do-hwan stole the show. And his acting was, not only is he fine, his acting was so on point.
All of the actors did an amazing job. All their characters, like, they knocked it out of the park. Like, all of them were really, really good. And overall, honestly, I think it was perfect for like a 10 episode series. It made us laugh, made us cry. It did what it needed to do, basically. Like, I'm not disappointed. I mean, it's not a 10 out of 10 for me, but
what would you rate it?
I don't know. I don't know.
What?
A strong 7, 8 maybe.
I'm a very feelings-based person, and if something could really get me my feelings and make me cry, it's out of 10. I would give it a 9 because it really.
Okay, if you're giving it a 9, I'm gonna
me.
give it a strong 7 then.
Yeah,
it was just missing a little something for me, but it was.
But like I said, the feelings were there.
It's a good show.
Like,
it's decent.
Like I said, it was an easy binge.
Yeah,
it didn't feel boring at all.
Mm-mm.
I got through the episodes just fine. It was really good to me. Yeah, like I said, I cried a bunch, laughed. I really loved it.
And you discovered Woo Do-hwan, so hey.
Yeah, a win is a win.
It is. Well, thank you for joining us. That's it for today's after show. I hope you guys enjoyed Mr. Plankton as much as we did. Bye.
Bye.